of believers, and a myth was invented that the secrets of Fatima would be revealed in the fullness of time as a testament of faith in a secular age. But in Heavenly Lights, Portuguese historians Joaquim Fernandez and Fina de Armada tell the true story of the apparitions of Fatima, the first history of Fatima to be written by Portuguese historians based on the original documents. Heavenly Lights is the result of a 25-year odyssey by the authors in search of the actual facts of the Fatima case. They began their investigation in 1978 when they were given access to secret archives held at the Sanctuary of Fatima. The records of Sister Lucia, kept at the archives since the incident, revealed that the children did not interact with an apparition of the Virgin Mary, but with a hologram of an extraterrestrial projected on a beam of light from a spacecraft hovering high above them. The archives clearly showed that the entities encountered at Fatima were not deities from heaven, but rather alien beings visiting our planet from elsewhere in the vast cosmos. This finding was supported by hundreds of other facts from the time of the apparitions. Fatima, the authors discovered, was the first major UFO case of the 20th century. And so it goes on about the, you can get this book, you can look at it. It's called Heavenly Lights, The Apparitions of Fatima and the UFO Phenomena by Joaquim Fernandez and Fina de Armada. You can get it at ECCEnova.com. That's ECCEnova.com. You might also be able, that's for a media kit, you might be able to find it at Amazon. But they're basically saying the same things I've said 5-6 years now. It was a holograph. And you'll find that Sister Lucia was not in a convent on her own accord on vacation, deciding to resigning herself to becoming a hermit and locked up in a Catholic facility all of her life. She was locked up there to keep her quiet. They played out that whole Fatima thing, the whole secrets thing, for their own benefit. Gee, what agenda can we spew out as we have the world awaiting for the next secret to be revealed as they plan what secret they're going to have them supposedly revealed. And the Vatican played the whole thing out to the fullest extent. And, of course, we know who runs the Vatican. It's the Draconians. Satan's seat on earth, the Vatican. Behind the white pope position, there's a black pope position. You can do a Google on the black pope and find out the real truth about the Vatican. And all of these factions are tied into the Vatican. The reptilian faction of the Bushes and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. And then even the gray faction of the New Age movement, all tied into the Vatican, because the Vatican rules everybody. All the factions are tied into the Vatican. Another thing I thought was interesting, you can call in, folks, with listener call-in questions. If you have a question or comment, you can call in at 260-356-2611. Is the fact that I posted what I had seen about Los Angeles. Someone sent me this article on, I think it's from What Does It Mean? I think whatdoesitmean.com has a whole thing on lizard people underneath Los Angeles. And they go on to state that there are 270 tunnels beneath Los Angeles arranged in a network, that have been sealed up for the most part with fences, no longer used. There's older tunnels under the Bel Air Estate, UCLA, and El Pueblo in Los Angeles State Historic Park. Other tunnels that have been buried there for thousands of years. The Hopi Indian legend reports a subsurface maze existing almost 5,000 years ago underneath L.A. And this is supposedly caves and tunnels that have been inhabited by lizards, reptilians.
Sherry?
Yeah.
You have a caller when you're ready.
Okay. Go ahead and put him on.
You're up, caller.
Yes, Miss Sherry?
Yes.
Yes, my name is Angelo.
Hi, Angelo. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'd like to state that even though you're going through a hard time, everything you say, and I mean everything you say, is true.
Well,
I want people to know this.
If they don't see it now, they'll see it later, huh?
Yes. you got a lot of chutzpah. And I've been trying to find a way to find a show, radio broadcast, to talk. I tried to talk to Rentz or David Icke. David Icke had it just there, but my sixth sense told me since he doesn't follow God, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, well,
he hit it right on the money.
Well, amen. You know, I people ask me about Dave Icke all the time, and they'll send me an email. What's Dave saying in this article? I'm like, why don't you ask Dave? Don't ask me what Dave is saying. Ask him. He does have a lot of information. He's done a lot of research. He's done a lot of good work. But the problem with Dave is that he doesn't believe in the Most High, and that he does channel a lot of his information. And so with him, when you read his stuff, you got to chew the grass and spit out the hay.
Yeah, I also understand he's 33 degrees Mason. So.
Oh, Dave Icke is?
Huh?
He's a 33rd degree Mason?
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Yeah, well, that would. I mean, you can join Raymond Watkins maybe on a 50-city tour, summoning down UFOs.
Yeah, I mean, David Icke says love is the only thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, love and bliss in the New Age.
But it's like you got to have love from going from point A to point B. I mean, it's like love, love, love. It doesn't make sense.
That's because they push these ascension doctrines. And one of the most dangerous things about the New Age agenda and this whole alien agenda thing, and any church that starts getting into pushing these soul ascension doctrines and the fact that you're ascending, becoming a more spiritual person, a more aware, higher consciousness, is that they're trying to change your body chemistry to become more fitting for reptilian possession. You actually become more possessed.
Yes. Like I said, everything that you say, and I mean everything without getting into detail, it's confirmed and verified, and there's a lot of spiritual warfare. And people, if people were more spiritual, they could actually see things. And then there's a lot of spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
Okay, I just called in to give you keep on going.
Well, it's good to hear from you, and I thank you for calling in.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, bless. Listener call-in line, folks, 260-356-2611. That's 260-356-2611. Yeah, give me a call, any questions or comments. And that goes about with anybody online, folks. Really good information out there and available, and you just have to have discernment, chew the grass, spit out the hay. Because they do reveal their own information and their own secrets and their own agendas through their own people. They will reveal them. It's part of the rules that they have to, from what I read ages ago, and I can't explain the rules. But they do reveal everything that they're going to do to the public, and that's why the government contracts Hollywood to reveal their agendas through the Masons, the producers and the writers and the directors through Hollywood. And so we come out with a lot of the movies revealing what's coming, conditioning the people. And even some of their own writers and people that will put up sites. And I know that the New Age crowd refers to me as one of these BB&Gs, big bad boy and girl. I'm a big bad girl. That's their prerogative to consider me as a bad, but whatever, it's silly. Anybody that could buy into this ascension garbage that Maitreya, Sananda, and all them are trying to spit out. Most of these people, even in the Christian communities, are channeling the same garbage. Just change the terminology a little bit, put a little bit more church terminology in with it, and they never notice the difference. They really think they're getting prophecies, and